Hey, a great morning to you. This is Santos Rolon Jr. here once again. Man, isn't it awesome? You know, God has given us another day to wake up and to learn, to make things right. You know, yesterday we made mistakes, or we failed maybe in some areas, and we have another day today to start all over again. You know, I want to take a few minutes out this morning and just kind of do a little bit of a sequel to a video that I made yesterday about changing lives one at a time and reprogramming your mindset. You know, I often say this, that the mindset that you go to bed with, you're going to wake up with. You know, what kind of a mindset did you go to bed with last night? Really, that's the question we should be asking ourselves. You know, as I start in the morning, I do some affirmations, I watch videos, and I used to read a lot. I used to read a lot of books, and I still read, I do read, but I don't take books and read books like I used to. I do mostly through my own writing and journaling and affirmations and videos, as I mentioned. So what I wanted to talk a little bit about in this video is this, that, you know, you may be in a situation that's real difficult right now, and you're probably thinking, you know, how in the heck am I going to, you know, first of all, you may want to come out of that situation that you're in. You know, I talked a little bit about my situation that I've been in. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I've been put in a position to take care of my father and provide for my family. And I have many challenges. I will say that. You know, I'm not making the $20,000 a month yet. I believe I will. I believe I will. But everything has to start somewhere. It has to start somewhere, and it starts with a decision. You know, you're not going to get, just because you reprogram your mindset doesn't mean that you're going to be a millionaire in 2 or 3 days. Now, I don't know what could happen to you. You know, I know I'm different than everybody else, obviously. You know, but if you really want to produce change around you, like they say, first change yourself, you have to be willing. You got to ask yourself the questions. You got to be willing to take time to ask yourself the questions. And most people are not willing to make that sacrifice, and that's where people fail. You know, you try to change it. Yesterday I talked in my video about trying to change your lifestyle. You're not going to change your lifestyle unless you reprogram your mind. And how do you do that? Number one, you got to ask yourself the right questions, and you have to do it consistently until you begin to see the answers. You know, that is an area, and it's really simple. You know, you change your mindset, you change the way you speak. There's a proverb in the Bible that says, life and death is in the power of the tongue, and they that love the fruit, or they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So what does that mean? On a spiritual level, there's a lot more there. I'm not going to get into that. But on a physical level, basically what that means is, you know, when you learn to control your thoughts, when you learn to how your mind works, and then you learn how to talk to yourself and how to talk to other people, that right there alone can make a tremendous impact in your life. You know, changing what you think up here and how you speak. You know, if you listen to people, that's why I talk about listening. You know, you got to really learn to use the two tools that we have here. But when you listen to people and you don't say anything, there's also another verse in the Bible that talks about the person that answers another person and hasn't really listened to what they are saying. You know, when you're listening to somebody, you should ask questions, because a lot of time we communicate on a shallow level, and you know, that's the major problem with most people today, or one of them. I'm not going to say the major. The major problem is that they're stuck in their head. But people conversate. They say things to their children. They you know, they go out in public and they talk, and they don't realize that sometimes when we say certain things, it's not really what we're trying to communicate, and it's because we don't think. In fact, I made a video, and I think I titled it, "Man Just Simply Doesn't Think." You know, Dr. Cromwell answered a man that asked him the question, what is wrong with man today? Well, man simply just doesn't think. Man simply just doesn't take time to ask himself questions. Man simply just does not want to take a piece of paper and pen and spend 30 minutes a couple days a week trying to figure out what it is that he or she wants, you know. So, you know, if you are looking for a way to change your life and get more happier, you know, smile, you know, even just here's another small trick that I can give you. You know, if you smile, just smile. You know, just make it the conscious decision that you're going to smile and practice that every single day. When you're driving your car, when nobody's around, smile. It feels good. It makes you feel good. It makes your emotions. It stirs your emotions and your feelings, and it just gives you. It's almost like you're taking a pill of happiness, of happy pill when you smile. And it does make a difference. I know it's making a difference in my videos when I watch my own videos and I look at, you know, what I'm doing. Now, again, you know, we're talking about change. We're talking about reprogramming your mindset. You're not going to do that. You're not going to have any success if you don't do these things. And, you know, you can talk all you want. You can say it all you want. And I say this to myself too, because we got to learn to be consistent in everything we do, and we take it one day at a time. You know, don't be focusing too much into the future. Obviously, if you write goals, you want to write futuristic goals also. And I'm working on all of this. You know, I haven't perfected it. You know, I don't live in $1 million home. I believe I have $1 million mindset. But like I said, everything takes time. You got to start somewhere. You know, most people, again, they fail because they try real hard to change their life, and then they fall into the gutter. They try to change their diet, and it lasts, you know, a week or two, and then they're back to eating junk food. They want to work out, you know, and they go to the gym for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then their willpower wears out. And guess what? Because they didn't reprogram their mind, because they didn't go about it the right way. And when you go about things the right way, that's what's going to make an impact in your lifestyle, my friend. You know, you want to build a business online? Learn how to build you up first, also in the process. I'm not saying not to do business, but if you're negative and your life is not where you want it to be, you know, you got to really work on yourself, because other people will see right through you. You know, I heard a friend of mine, somebody that's in one of my businesses, say that, you know, nobody listens to me. You know, I promote the business, but nobody listens to me. Well, that's because you're promoting the business. You know, promote yourself, build yourself up, learn some people skills, learn how to communicate, learn about people. You know, what makes people tick? I enjoy asking questions to people. You know, I like digging around, you know, and because things come up to the surface. But again, you just have to be willing to ask yourself the questions. You got to be willing to pay the price, man. You know, that's the bottom line. You really want success, you got to be willing to pay the price, and you got to be willing to fail. You got to be, and you got to learn from those failures, and you got to be patient with yourself, because, you know, like I always say, Rome wasn't built overnight. I'm 49 years old, and it took me 49 years to find my true passion. 49 years to find what my true passion really is. And I thought it was a bunch of other stuff, but, you know, I never gave up. I never gave up journaling. I never gave up reading. I never gave up YouTubing, YouTubeable. I never stopped any of those, even though I didn't see the progress that I wanted to see, you know. But now, when it comes to reprogram your mindset, that could be done very quickly, you know, and that's a start. That is a start to where you want to be, okay? It starts up here. Remember, success is actually a mindset. And you have to be willing to see yourself achieving. You gotta, you know, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta, you know, success. The beginning of success is very lonely, because a lot of people will you know, get jealous of you. People will not, you know, they'll think that you're, you know, who do you think you are? You're better than us now. You're better than me. That kind of stuff. And even from family members. So you have to be strong, and you have to continue the process that you start. See, if you start the process and you fail, well, or you quit, like they say, it's either do or die. There's no try. You got to continue. You know, when you got to figure out what you want, right? You know, and I'll talk about that in another video. But the most important thing is that you know that you want something. You want to make more money. You want to become better. You want to have better relationships. You want to have a better relationship with your children. All of that will take time, but it starts with one decision, and that's the decision that you have to make to reprogram your mind. Belief, how to create belief, how to get in there, how to get into your subconscious, and how to start speaking to yourself. That's an easy one. Just change the way you speak. If you don't know how to do that, watch my videos. You watch other videos that talk about self-development and how to use your words to reprogram your life. Again, I talk about radical change through videos, through affirmations, through the way we talk. It's called, I call it NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. You can actually use your own words to reprogram your own mindset, your own life. And believe me, your words affect you the most. They don't affect other people the most. They affect you the most because you're listening to yourself first and foremost, and then everybody else. So, it's Sunday morning, and I felt inspired to make this video as a sequel to the video that I made yesterday. Once again, I know that this is lengthy, but I'm getting to the point where it doesn't bother me. If I make a long video, I know that if people watch my videos, I know that if you're watching my video, you're going to get something out of it. It's going to leave an impact in your life because I'm an agent of change. And you know what? If you are seeking change, if you're seeking to be more, to take your mind to the next level so that you can live, here's something that I was telling my son the other day. Myself, I like to live on a superior mindset level every day. And that's one of the things that I strive for, to have peak performance in my dealings every single day. And, to be able to make the best decisions with every opportunity that's in front of me. When it comes to money, when it comes to buying a home, when it comes to buying a car, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to business relationships. Again, if you're struggling in those areas, don't focus on those areas. Focus on your mindset first and the way that you speak to yourself. And you have to be willing to pay the price. That's ultimately the real catch here. You have to be willing to make the sacrifice so that you can have tomorrow or next week, what you really want. And I'm going to emphasize this in all my videos. Everything great takes time, okay? I didn't get to where I am today. Of course, it took me 49 years to find my true passion. I was able to start reprogramming my mindset actually a couple years ago. And I let people and circumstances get in the way, so I basically stopped working on myself. But 2016, this year, I made a decision. And I said to myself, I'm going to draw a line on concrete, not in the sand, but on concrete. I'm burning all the bridges. I'm not going backwards anymore. I'll do whatever it takes for me to stay in this peak level every single day and impact the lives of thousands. That's what I'm about, and doing it in a righteous way, in a humble way. I can't help you if you don't want to help yourself. I've had to, in order to help me, I've had to help myself. You got to want it. You got to want it really, really bad. So with that said, I hope this video gives you a little piece of insight. Once again, I hope that you're planning on making this day a super fantastic, terrific, over-the-top day. And believe me, the bottom will fall out. Things will go terribly wrong. But that doesn't affect your mindset if you have it set and programmed for success. You'll go through it all. You'll learn your lessons, and you'll step into the next chapter in your life. So I think my next video I'll probably talk a little bit about finding your passion. In fact, I'm already giving that information away in these videos. Searching, writing, thinking, time alone. With that said, I hope that this is Sunday, and I praise the Lord for today, for another day that He has given us. And I want to tell you that you are, I appreciate you as a person for taking time to watch my video. I really do. And tell yourself that you appreciate yourself today. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, you know what? That guy in there is going to go places. He's going to do things. He's going to become better. He's going to challenge himself daily himself to a peak performance state. So, you know, you may be working a job and you see this video. I mean, when you go to your job, you know, put these things into practice. So what the employees think or your colleagues? They say, you know, you're changing. Well, of course you're changing. You're thinking about success. You're thinking about, you know, you want to do more, get noticed. But go out of your way to serve people, man. You know, just go out of your way. Think of things to help other people, to serve in a humble way, you know, humility, and leave an impact upon those around you. They'll be talking about you. You want people talking about you in a good way. Of course, people are going to talk about you in a bad way also, but that doesn't matter, you know, because you know who you are, you know where you're going. So with that said, I want to thank you once again for taking time. I appreciate you. Please comment, subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, which I'm sure you do, well, maybe you don't. Pass it on. Help others. Help me change the world. Help me change one life at a time. This is Santos Rolon Jr. here on Next Level Consulting. I'll see you on my next video. Make it a super fantastic, terrific, over the top day, daily in spite of.